What is going on, Raiders? The Boss here, and today with the final part of the St. Patrick's Day event. We are again facing the first wave and I am making use of the layout which I was using in the last video about it. I've activated all items which we need for the whole event already in advance, and if you're not sure which these are, simply check out the first battle of this event. You'll find the link to it in the description. So as we have discovered last time, the bottom of this base layout is its weak spot, and I'm gonna make sure to support it throughout the fight with my ammunition, because once the troops of the enemy make it inside of this base, they're gonna make a lot of damage, which may cost at the end maybe 1 star. And as you can see at the bottom, these are almost the last troops which are left, so the other sides of this base are very well defended by the towers, except of course for this edge. In the end, this didn't cause a lot of trouble, because they were only able to deal 6% damage on my island. Wave 2 might be a bigger challenge, but let's see how strong it really is, and I'm here aiming again for the 3 stars, especially when having a look at these massive rewards we are able to claim here. 2.6 million gold for just beating wave 2 of this event is amazing, especially for stronghold 10s, who sometimes have struggled to find a lot of good loot. So it's obvious right from the beginning that this battle will run quite differently from the first round, because we have here these long range troops from the enemy, which are also clearing out the resource buildings outside of this base, which did not happen previously. So the damage count will be a lot higher, but as long as we get full reward, everything is fine. Again, almost all of the enemy's troops are getting wiped out by the Crystal Tower, the Cannoneer Fort and the Dragon Tower due to their splash damage, and even the reinforcements of the enemy have no chance to make a difference, as they are coming not in groups but one after another, and that's definitely not the right way to beat the stronghold. So we've gotten here 23% damage, but only because this time the enemy was taking out the resource buildings. So let's see what in wave 3 is going to happen. Wow, that's amazing. 3.1 million gold and clouds are we gonna get here if we do a perfect defense, and the enemy's troops are directly going for my troop bunkers, and that's why I need to deploy my bombardiers straight away, because otherwise they will lose already a significant amount of health, and through that my troops will die earlier, and I don't want that to happen. Alright, I follow the same procedure like I did before by making sure with the ammunition that the enemy will not break through at the bottom of this base. Then of course the enemy's troops clear out the buildings outside of the walls again, which is increasing my base damage, but as long as they're staying out of the center where the buildings with the most health are positioned, everything goes well. Fortunately, the ammunition is so effective that the enemy's troops have no chance to reach them, and as I'm constantly freezing the troops who are attacking the walls at the bottom, they have no chance, because even though they break through the first line, again I got only 23% damage here. Let's have a look at wave 4. Besides of the even larger amount of resources, also the strategy of the enemy has changed. So they start off by using air units to enter this battle, but these are luckily not that effective as they have a low amount of health, and my towers shouldn't have a problem to deal with them. However, the enemy uses also a huge amount of ground troops, which are now approaching my walls. And this combination could cause me some problems, because if my towers are focusing mostly on ground troops, the air units will just fly next to them and eventually blow them up. But my towers are able to perform a really good job here, and therefore all air units are getting taken out. And even the ground units haven't had an advantage by getting supported by air units. Then also the last remaining troops at the bottom left are forming a group on a small area, and of course my Crystal Spire has no problems to deal with them. Afterwards reinforcement is coming, but I guess it's a little too late, because all other troops from the enemy are gone, and as we now know, these air units are definitely no threat. So besides of the one tower they are able to destroy, nothing else got destroyed here, and in the end I only had 25% damage. So here we are in wave 5, and if we 3-star it, we can fill 50% of our gold bunkers instantly. So I will do everything to make sure that I won't lose any of that easy gold, but I guess due to the fact that we are gonna face the boss of this event exactly in this wave, everything must go right. So far so good, almost all enemies are now on my island, and for now it doesn't look too bad, but still the Leprechaun King did not appear yet, which can make a hell of a difference. So at this site where I've positioned the Dragon Towers, no enemy is able to stand a chance, but unfortunately it seems like that the remaining troops at the other entrances to my base are only long range troops, which could be able to destroy a lot of my towers, as these seem to be a little overwhelmed by it. And then the Leprechaun King enters the battle, and let's see how strong he is. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing him right, so sorry for that. Either way, as you can see, there is already a gap in my walls at the top left side, and the king of this event is making use of it. He actually moves towards this gap, and probably is gonna take out my towers there. Luckily he has no support from other troops anymore, so that's making him an easy target for me, and things look quite good when checking the damage status, which is currently 31% in total. So at this point I'm gonna speed up because it'll take some time for this base to take him down, and to help that process I've making use of the dragon cannon and the honey potion. In the end I got 44% damage, which got actually closer to losing one star, so I definitely need to set up the towers a little different in future events. And now let's hop into the revenge. So here we go. This is actually my first attempt, so I don't know how strong the towers of the enemy are. I will go directly hard on this base from the Leprechaun King. So first of all I'm gonna make use of the mirror shield to provide my troops with some additional help, and afterwards I'm going to deploy my troops in groups of 3 from the left side. Each of those groups have the size of 60 bombardiers, and as you can see I let them enter the battle from 3 spots to get rid of this huge amount of troops directly in the beginning. Then I'm waiting a few seconds until they reach the towers, and as soon as my troops are in range of those I'm throwing my fog barrels in to keep my bombardiers alive. Afterwards they focus on the annihilator and the berthas, but at this point I really need to destroy the sky harpoons, which is a real threat here. So I'm using my command flag here to give my troops the order to blow it away. So my army forms 1 unit over the sky harpoon, and through that it gets taken out quite fast. And as soon as they're done with it I'm gonna make use of my one and only berserker. Then my bombardiers army splits up into 2 groups again, where one group moves up to the towers quite fast and the other focuses on the Leprechaun King, who starts to run away. Alright. So the last towers are almost gone, and that's obviously the victory over this island. So while the bombardiers are busy clearing out that island, I just want to give you some infos about why I'm not gonna be able to upload any video within the next 2 weeks from now on. The reason for that is definitely not that I don't want to upload, but my university exams will be during that period, and for now I need to focus on that. And due to the fact that my videos take a long time to produce, there is no possibility for me to make 1 or 2 in that time period. However, when I'm back I've got some really cool stuff prepared for you, but I don't really want to talk about that right now as I want it to be a surprise for you. So here we are again at the end of this final battle, and I hope you've enjoyed all 3 parts of the Leprechaun event. If you still need to finish the second part, and if you have some struggles there, simply click now on the video and it'll get you there. There again you'll see perfect defenses against all approaching waves from the enemy, and in the end an almost perfect revenge. So definitely make sure to check it out. I am happy about every thumb up given by you, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any other stuff. This is it from me. Have a great raid. Peace out.